representatives and officials of political parties. It is a day to think what our country will look like. And every person seated here today has a role in the elections. If Kenya is to remain cohesive, it is because we in this room will have decided that it remains so. If Kenya should be peaceful, it is because we will have facilitated it. Let us therefore reflect on what role we want to play. Will Kenya bleed so that we lead? Will our love for power supersede the power of love? Those are the questions we need to reflect on today. And as we reflect on them, I want to welcome you and thank you for deciding to be part of this forum. Karibuni sana. We have many guests aligned to speak to us today, as well as many representatives of different political parties, as well as representatives of presidential candidates who will be signing the Political Decency and Peace Charter with us here today. Feel welcome, karibuni sana, and let us make the day successful. Thank you so much. And now I want to welcome Commissioner Sam Kona to take us through the rest of the program. Asanteni.
The representatives of political parties, the chairperson of the National Cohesion and Integration Commission, the chairperson of the Kenya Daima Initiative, the chair of the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, chairpersons of constitutional commissions, the registrar of the political parties, leaders of political parties, representatives from development partners, civil society, and all Kenyans present, good morning. Today is an important day, and I just want to say that the work NCIC has been doing and other stakeholders has been supported by the team I'm going to invite to speak to you, both as development partners, civil society, but also the government of Kenya has been supportive of the work of amplifying messages for peace and promoting the need for tolerance and decency in the elections. I want in particular to thank the Embassy of Switzerland for supporting the initial phases in the development of the Decency Act, Decency Charter, and also all the other stakeholders that will be speaking. And just to say and reaffirm that the work has been done to make sure Kenya will have a peaceful election, and I want to thank all those who have contributed in one way or the other in supporting that initiative. Without much ado, I would like now to invite the Chief Executive Officer of a civil society organization that has been supportive of this work, including this meeting, that is Act, Change and Transform, Mr. Tom Were, to give his remarks. Tom, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you, Sam. The presidential candidate present, the leaders of the different political parties represented here, the chair of NCIC, the chair of IEBC, the chairpersons of all other commissions and independent offices represented here, different religious leaders who are here, the development partners and missions represented, civil society, private sector, the media, ladies and gentlemen. I bring you greetings from civil society And we want to thank you for honoring our invitations to be present here today, to witness a very important day in the coming weeks and months to the date of the election, when Kenya will be making a decision about which is the next administration and who will be our next leaders. And we want to congratulate as civil society the political players for having made very good attempts in keeping your campaigns peaceful, in exercising caution, in making sure that Kenyans remain peaceful before, during, and after the elections. And our prayer as civil society is that today you will restate your commitment to political decency and commit yourself to maintaining peace on the election day and soon after the election day, and for the remaining period to the next election of 2027. So our view as civil society is that as leaders we must take a full electoral cycle approach to maintaining peace in our country, not only for the campaign period and on the election day and soon after. And so we are inviting ourselves as civil society, and we have been working on this over the last few months, building the momentum right from the grassroots upwards, mobilizing our communities around cohesion, having dialogue around tensions that could easily cause conflicts, and strengthening our early warning and early response mechanisms. And we want to thank NCIC for leading this process together with Kenya Daima. And our wish today is that we get 100% commitment to having a peaceful Kenya until the next election, not only for this one, but at least until the next one. So thank you very much, Sam, for inviting me to make these few remarks on behalf of civil society in Kenya. And we are very hopeful and confident that we're going to have a peaceful election. Thank you.
Please clap for our speakers if you want to have a good day. Thank you very much, Tom. ACT is a national NGO, and the activity we have with them is mainly funded by Danida and also USAID. I would like now to invite the CEO of the Media Council of Kenya, Mr. David Omoyo, to give his remarks.
Thank you, Sam. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Timothy Wanyonyi. I'm not David Omoyo. I'm a member of the Board of Directors of the Media Council of Kenya. I'm also an editor and member of the Kenya Editors Guild. I'm here this morning representing my chairman, Mr. Maina Muiruri. And I would like to say that as a media industry, we are aware about our role in peaceful elections. We know that elections about political parties, candidates, and their messages and programs, and the voters, Kenyans who vote. And we have been carrying out trainings across the country, targeting our journalists to ensure that the reporting of the election process focuses on the issues that are important to Kenyans. We have also facilitated debates from the county level on the issues, and the debates are introducing the candidates to the voters and their programs. Later this month, we'll also have the deputy presidential debates and the presidential debate. Last week, as board members of the Media Council, we went around the country to assess the media preparedness to cover elections. I can say we are fairly confident from our findings that as an industry we are prepared and that we are going to have a peaceful election. Of course, we know that this is a shared space and there are key players assembled in this room today, and that if we all play our role properly, we are going to have a credible and peaceful election. We are going to deepen our democracy, and Kenya will proceed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, representative of the Media Council of Kenya. It's now my honor again to invite the chairperson of the Kenya Daima Peace Initiative, which is one of the fairly oldest peace initiatives in Kenya, Dr. Fimal Cha, to give his remarks and on behalf of the private sector. Karim.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you. I think the energy today should be very good, despite the weather. All distinguished leaders, every one of you. If you're in this room today, you're a distinguished leader. And I think I want to address you all together and say this is important because that's why you're here. All protocols observed. I shall not repeat what my friends have repeated. I think you are here because we care about Kenya. If we look at the third stanza of the national anthem in Swahili, it goes like this. It says, Natujenge taifa letu, ndio wajibu wetu. Kenya istahili heshima. Tuungane pamoja, mkono pamoja kazini, kila siku tuwe na shukrani. I think this is our message today, and I can say clearly, I think this partnership that we have today with the NCIC, with all the agencies, with Kenya Daima, it's quite crucial for us to say what it is. So a lot of you may consider, what is Kenya Daima? Kenya Daima is basically a multi-stakeholder platform. It's been begun 10 years ago in 2012 at the first when we had this new constitution and you had new elections. And at that time, we all got together as Kenyans to say, let's bring the private sector, let's bring the religious bodies, let's bring the civil society, the organized youth groups, the organized women groups, the diplomatic community, the media, and also various communities out there who are all non-state actors to come together and let's look at what do we want as Kenya. It's to inspire people towards a peaceful elections. And really, elections is not a make or break situation. It is just one of those races, one of those competitions that Kenyan Olympians go and they go into these Olympics. And at the end of the Olympics, we're so proud. We see our marathon, and I think we take it for granted that Kenya is going to win the marathon. And there is a winner, and there are losers. There's probably 16,000 people going into the marathon, and then one person coming out the end. And that time we hear the national anthem being sung there, and we have tears in our eyes as Kenyans. So why not at a period of elections? That's why we've been inspired and we all come together to say, let's look at this in terms of it's our leadership. And leadership is not just about winning. How you act as a leader when you lose, when you don't win, it's better luck next time. Sportsman spirit picks up. And I think this is a clear rallying call for all of us put together. So we've got a lot of work that we do as a team, and the religious leaders are also with us, the civil society also with us, private sector, all coming together to say, let's look at Kenya in a different angle. And I think this important message needs to go out to everyone. Today, more so to the political parties who are here, to the agencies. I'm sure, thank you, Wana Chebukati, for coming today also. I think the important thing is that the election rests around making sure it's free and fair and credible. And I think that's very important. However, it comes back to every one of us as Kenyans, 55 million Kenyans, to say, we've moved away from haki yetu. Haki yetu is about our rights. We know what to do. We've gone to wajibu wetu. And wajibu wetu means, what is our responsibility? So if I'm a citizen of Kenya, what's my responsibility? I need to do something we call kagua kabla ya kuchagua, which means let's make sure we know what we want as a country, or at MCA level, at MP level, at governor level, senator level, women's rep, and presidential candidates. Let's make sure we have people whom we trust and whom we actually look at that. So my wajibu, for my responsibility, is to say, let me check, who am I looking at, what am I looking at? The wajibu for us as political parties here today who are together is to say, let me sell myself, because we're looking for places to fill. There are vacancies, and I think in those vacancies we want to put the right people there. So let's make sure that we sit for the interviews and really make credible promises to show where we want to take this country. And I think that's wajibu wangu as far as political parties are concerned. As far as political leaders are concerned, I think the same way. We really need to make sure that every one of us make sure that our responsibility is Kenya together. When we say Kenya istahili heshima, I think it's important for all of us to say, let's give it that respect. I know every party has put out their manifestos, and really we're all aligned in terms of where we want to take Kenya. So it's not about ideological differences anymore. I think it's more about what are we going to do. On the political pillar, I think we've done a lot. Our democracy is really growing. It's becoming far better. And really, we're able to talk openly, talk freely, and you don't have this fear. On the social pillar, I think there's an important part there that we're looking at the social society, the society coming together. We allow groups. I think we have 90 political parties today over here, and we're really looking at it from a democratic angle. We've accepted that, and therefore every 5 years we will have elections. The key question is, should elections be a start, stop, and that's the end all for everyone? Or is it one more process and we say we develop and deepen? On the economic pillar also, we've also got manifestos, and I think a lot of us have contributed towards the manifestos in terms of where we're going. So all I want to say is today is signing the peace pledge. This is the social pillar, where we're saying let's have less worry and less fear about, oh, we have elections, so we have to stop. So the farmer says, I will not plant anything because I want to play it safe. The trader is saying, I'm destocking because you never know. Let's remove that you never know. And let's say, yes, it's another one. After the 9th, on the 10th, 11th, we're still brothers and sisters. And I think Kenyans are peaceful. We are peaceful. We are peaceful by nature. But we get competitive, and I think this is important. At an election, we get competitive. We talk about things. Nothing wrong with that. So therefore, our rallying call is to say, keep your acceptance speech if you win. And also keep your conceding speech if you lose, and accept it and say, fine, better luck next time. If there is a dispute, if there's something going wrong, there are the rules of law. Go to court. Take your evidence there and let's fight it out and let the judiciary judge on it. But let's not all go and say, oh, now we're going to go to the streets, therefore let's start arming ourselves and all that stuff. And that fear is what we want to reduce. So as wajibu wangu right now, we've got a very clear rallying call, and it's on the board here, is to say, mimi ni Mkenya daima. Nitatenda wajibu wangu. So a lot of people ask us, wajibu wangu ni nini? What is my responsibility? It's only 3 things. We say, first and foremost, kagua kabla ya kuchagua. Second, we say, go and vote. Every single one of us must go out and vote, whoever is registered, of course, and really get that going. And the third thing is kudumisha amani, which means to really keep the peace there and wait for the results and then say whatever. And let due process take place. Again, what does it call for the agencies, whether IBC or all the agencies, the police, everyone together, is to say, let's make sure we keep the peace, we make sure we keep it credible, we make it very, very fair. So I think with that rallying call, I just want to say, if we all can do this one thing right now, is to say, mimi ni Mkenya daima, nitatenda wajibu wangu. Can we all say it together? Nitatenda. Thank you very much. And this is what we're looking for, and I think the partnership with NCIC here is important. Let's get these pledges signed so that everybody is signing. And I think the key issue here is commitment to sign. Whether signing today or not, or tomorrow, or whenever, let's get this done so that everybody else signs to say, I will make sure that I become a leader. And a leader, whether we succeed or fail in our elections, whether I win or lose, it's not a problem. And therefore, I think the rallying call is, let's take responsibility for our actions. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fimalcha. NCIC and all those stakeholders working on issues of peace in Kenya